There are two distinguished patterns. Pattern number one is not everyone knows about Web3, especially if you are talking about top universities and top talent, because there's already huge and established competition. The second is job security. Unfortunately, because it's a very young market and because it's a very fast market, the job security isn't in there. And if you are in your early 20s, you just graduated, probably you want to build a long and sustainable career than just jumping into something very new or something very fragile. And lastly, it is about the compensation, the money, and all the benefits. If you have on the table, I don't know, from the day one, a $250,000 annual salary from Google, and we know that practice was there for so long that big tech companies will come and hire talent even if they don't need them in order for competition not to be able to grab it. And while the big tech giants $1 trillion companies fight for that talent, it's very unlikely for a small Web3 startup to be able to talent in that kind of a market for the top talent. Today, we see the same pattern with AI and other developers. And this is one of the shortcomings, especially when we are becoming this like a very mature industry where we do need people with PhDs from top universities to come and innovate rather than looking into the market because all the kind of a mid-level and below positions, they are easy to hire and they're easy to train on the need. But for top talent, for the smartest minds in the world, you really need to compete. And that is where things get tough. And that's why I think we see such a huge 75% kind of a demand or gap for the senior positions that almost all companies trying to hire and fill. And usually, if you zoom into, you will see that most of these positions will look for the top level lawyers who understand Web3 and blockchain. It will be again top level developers who know how to develop in AI and this kind of very niche industries, even for HR marketing professionals. It will be very, very hard to compete in between because at that level of the seniority, you don't just compete between Web3 companies, you compete between tech companies and FMCG and all Fortune 500, which makes it very, very hard to attract top talent.